Starting to build my how-to guide. I'm going to send you these screenshots. I'm going to try to get them titled in such a way that they make sense. So for example, I'm going to call this one how to 01, and let me show you kind of what I'm doing there. So I've got this one, I'm going to call it how to 01. These are called screenshots on my machine. So I've got to go find, because I did some of these out of order, that, and I'm going to call this how to 02. And now you'll see I've got how to 01, how to 02, so I've got to go to the last one. And so I'm sitting here renaming these screenshots. That's yep, that's how to 03, and there we go. And I'm going to rename the rest of these in bulk. Rename format, and I'm going to call it how to, and hit rename. And you're going to notice that I'll have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then I get to 10. So these should be in order. I might have them wrong. If not, by the time you guys get them, you'll get them all in the correct order. So with that said, I'm going to jump into the building this thing out. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I'm going to go back and revisit this screen. Let's go to the top image, and we're going to say, going to the WordPress, let's see here, WordPress.com site, click get started. Okay, now I'm going to put an image right here. I'm going to add an image right here. Okay, and now I'm going to come into this one, and I'm going to upload an image. So this is going to be where you start working with blocks. Let me kind of go back and detail how I did that. Starting from here, let's remove this one. The text block is already added. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click the plus up here, the blue plus. So let's do this, since I'm still capturing some how-to guide, because I got to still make this a teachable thing. Let's do my arrow, click the blue plus. And point that right there. And there we go, I hit done. And of course that's a screenshot. I'm gonna have to retitle. Here we go. Call this one 21. So I drop that in the correct folder right here, so it goes all the way to the bottom. Now I click the blue plus, and I'm going to add an image, so I need to go in here and grab my screenshot one more again, draw an arrow, add an image. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to say add the image here. Now I'm going to do add more text here, and I am going to modify that to be a dotted line, and so that's the paragraph. and you will probably alternate with this page, okay? And I'm going to just copy that text. Actually, I'm going to delete that and just add text. You will probably alternate text images on this page. And I'm going to put that down here. Sure, we'll keep white text and we'll throw a background color on it. There we go. We'll probably alternate text and images on this page. Hit done. And of course, I've got to call this one how to 022. There we go. I grabbed that one, put it in the right folder. So you see how I've got that right there. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go in and add an image. I'm going to move this folder out of the way. Add an image. And I'm going to upload that image. And I'm going to grab my desktop screenshots, how to 01, and place it right there. Okay. This one you should be able to do a little bit of modification. I want to add a border, hopefully. Let's see, aspect ratio, width, attributes. I think I can do that in here. Attributes advanced. I need a border. Add caption, replace. Add after, paste styles. Well, we can work on that later. But there's ways to add a border to these things. There we go. Nope, that's alignment. Anyway, I gotta add a border later. And then I'm gonna come in and say, what's my next thing that I do? I'm gonna grab a hold of this next screen, which will be this one, and I'm gonna say, well, log in or set up an account. Log in or set up a new account. Sorry, I had to read the text on the actual image. Using the options in the red box for setting up a new account with your email address. All right, we've got that. You know what? I'm going to do something else. I'm going to do 2 dot, and I'm going to do this one as 1 dot. No, I don't want it to be a bullet point. I do not want it to be a bullet point list. I don't want that one to be a bullet point because I just don't. I want it to be. I don't want it to be a bullet point list. How do I do that? All right. Yep, it's not going to let me do that, so I need to go into here, probably into the code. If I can edit the code, edit as HTML, and I want to put 1 dot, and then save draft. Now I hit edit visually, and it's got the one. Yeah, it's just I'm not worried about you guys doing that correctly. So now I do that, and again, what do I put in? I put an image in. Put the image in, and I click on that block, hit upload, and I'm going to upload my second image. There we go. So here's the part where I want you to go in and catch up with me. I'm going to go ahead and do this on video. I'm going to show you a finished page. I'm going to pause, and I'm going to kind of, or at this moment, I'm going to kind of do this as a speed run. and you're just going to kind of watch, and I'm going to hand you the video where you can see it in rapid succession, and then you will, I'll give you the text, I'll give you the images. Those text and images will basically tell you what you need to do, and then you'll watch my speed run through this, and you'll try to replicate it. All right, so here we're going to say speed run starts here. So this is all going to be after this point.